Now then, Anthony, here we've got Sanaig, a bottle at 46%, no age statement. Tell me about this.
Right, okay, so once we released MacLean in 2012, our distributors, who we listened to, because I think you need to listen to your distributors, they're the ones selling your whiskey in their markets, and we don't know their markets. And they were saying they were demanding or asking us to do a second regular release that would be always available. And to my mind, it was obvious that it needed to be quite different. And this is quite different. You can see from the colour how different it is.
Different colour. But
so Sanaig, which again is a little rocky outlet just north of MacLean Bay, was the name chosen, and we released this in 2014. And the idea, for my mind, and sadly that's when Jim wasn't really able to help me. So, this is mainly matured in sherry hogsheads. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So
and
American oak.
American oak. Seasoned with sherry. And again, we use Miguel Martin, who you know well, is an absolute star when it comes to sherry cask. And we decided to mature it in hogsheads because we wanted a big hit of sherry, and hogsheads will give us that. Yeah. And 70% is matured in hogsheads and a couple of butts, and then we've also added some bourbon barrels as well. And the colour comes from, I mean, this is extreme colour in terms of it's 4 or 5 year old.
Good colour. What is the age of the whiskey?
4, 5 and 6 years of age. So similar to MacLean Bay.
But the colour does come in the very early stages of
and we've had a problem with this because we went in, pitched it at a £10 roughly in the UK, higher than MacLean Bay because we don't fill as many sherry casks. Yeah. But
they're very expensive.
But the sales of this have gone ridiculous in certain markets. They want this more than they want the MacLean Bay.
Gosh, which markets in particular? I mean,
Germany is a market that
they love dark. Scandinavia loves dark.
And that just presents us a problem because we haven't been filling as many sherry casks. And this is the issue with forecasting and getting your juice in the right cask. Yep. So, we've had to buy more. We're filling a bit more sherry now to support the sales of this. So this has gone really well. So it's sort of MacLean Bay and Sanaig, these two regularly available releases, and now represent 65% of our sales.
Does it really? Yeah.
And then around that we have the limited releases because that's what's driving forward the brand awareness. Yeah. Because the limited releases are great, but limited releases are limited, and they don't build a brand if you want to continue. And of course, they're very popular as well. Yeah.
It's so interesting because it is to do with brand building.
But I think it's all to do with how you want to build your individual brand. And I think what I felt was that the Sun's in the business; they want to drive sales. With limited releases, it's a bit easier, really, and you can control it. And you allocate it. This is very different from the MacLean Bay. This has got sort of Christmas pudding spiciness.
It has indeed, but it's still got smoke.
Still got the smoke, and I think it's got quite a bit of smoke actually. Sherry can tend to bring out a bit more smokiness in the whiskey. We found that with ours, that actually some of the sherry casks have got more sort of influence. Same peat spec that we've used, and the malt spec we've used, but quite a different character of smokiness, and there is on the nose. You get quite a lot of smokiness.
Yeah, it's rich. It's dried fruits up front.
Dried fruits, but then that peat and sort of briny character kicks in as well.
And what are we talking about? 43, 43, 46.
No, 46. We don't go below 46, and natural colour, obviously. And to my mind, this is why it's Moorish. This is Moorish. It's got that West Coast sort of briny saltiness attached to it.
It has all the notes.
And the richness of the sherry cask is really coming through, and then that's why Sanaig is. And the trouble, not the trouble, but we fill mainly bourbon barrels, or we tend to do, and we might have to change our malt spec. But it's amazing, isn't it?
It's got a big mouthfeel. Yeah. Big and rich, and yet it's got your
signature
keynote, signature saltiness, and then smoke in the back.
No, this is why so many people enjoy this.
That is an absolutely amazing dram, really.
And relatively young.
It'd be very interesting to see what that's like at greater age.
Well, funnily enough,
but I don't think it would improve very much.
I think it'll get more sherry influence and soften the peat smoky nose. But is it a better dram? Well, it depends what you enjoy. But if you enjoy Islay style whiskey, probably not. And you wouldn't want to change it much, I wouldn't say.
I wouldn't have thought so. And you don't have an age statement. You reckon it's about 5 years old?
Yeah, it's 4, 5 and 6. That's the vatting we use. I think this is incredibly sort of Christmas cake in a bottle. It's got a sort of richness, a spiciness. The sherry notes are all there, but they're not overpowering the signature Kilchoman. I think it's balanced. It works beautifully, even at this relatively young age. And I understand why people enjoy this as introduction to Kilchoman, because it's more approachable than bourbon cask at this sort of age in some ways. Some people would say, no, sherry's overpowering and it takes away some of the characteristics, but I think this has worked very well, and we're delighted with the reaction we've been getting.
I would say the Christmas cake is on a stormy sea.
Yeah,
You're getting lashings of spray and so, and it's warming you up and so on.
Yeah.
I think I would describe it as a sort of, early evening drink on a stormy day sort of thing.
And a very easy drink on a stormy day.
Very easy drink.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
You can drink far too much of this, obviously.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, we'll hopefully have another one.